Alright then, you know what time it is. That's right, it's time for me, Mirkov, to do another draft. I'm gonna do Eternal Draft. Hooray. Okay. So what do we have here? Got this Hate Cleaver. It's okay. Streetwise Informant served us pretty well, some of the previous ones. Also have Extract. It's nice removal. We have an Adaptive Predator. I'm a big fan of the Adaptive Predator. This can win a game by itself. And we've got a bunch of kind of so-so cards. These are really kind of the ones to be looking at, I think. We're definitely going to take the Predator here. That puts us into blue. It's one of the colors I'd do better at. Yeah, here we're seeing some nice Signal. So we have Towering Stranger. Again, it's just a big 6 mana 7/7 with Overwhelm. It gives other strangers Overwhelm, but they're usually too small for that to matter that much. So it's just a 7/7 with Trample. We have a Rock Slide, which is a pretty good spell. Put us in Skycrag again. It's pretty nice. If we go Skycrag, we also have Clan Hero. Probably prefer the Rock Slide over the Clan Hero. Same thing with the Jotun Cyclops. Though, if we take the Cyclops, we're still just in blue, so we could maybe go any other color still. But this is definitely a card that works well in the Skycrag deck, because that's, it's Spark. Cannon Bearer, another Skycrag type card. Yeah. We're taking Rock Slide. I like it pretty well. Okay, we've got Maelstrom Bell. This is a trap. Don't take this. You can pay 2 to increase damage top spell of your deck. Unless you're playing a lot of spells, it's probably not going to do you any good. Just be a dead card. Fencing Master needs us to be able to stun for it to do anything good. Snowcrust Yeti can be aggressive. Might take that. Auric Bully is nice. Sand Viper is very nice. Spell Shield Architect, it's not really what we want. Stone Shaker, I don't particularly like. It's a bit too expensive. It's just a 1/1 and it doesn't do anything by itself. But it does make the other cards in your deck cheaper. I think it's too expensive at the cost of a full card just for that effect. I kind of like the Sand Viper or the Yeti here. I'm going to take the Sand Viper. I'm going to try not to go all in on our blue cards, just in case maybe we get locked out. Maybe red is just not in our cards. But we'll see. Here we have a Gun Down. Some kind of expensive removal, but can take care of something big. Thunderhoof Warrior is not too bad. Jotun Cyclops is very nice if we end up in our Skycrag colors. And Amethyst Ring, yeah, just for that slow ping 1 damage per turn to take someone down. I'm gonna go with this Cyclops. Here, not that great cards. We have an Audacious Bandit, which is not too bad. It's a 4/2 with Quick Draw, assuming we Spark, and we usually try to. Or we've just got a 3/3 with Overwhelm, which is not that good, except for we can make it into a 5/5 Overwhelm. That's not too bad. It's a little bit expensive. I think I like the Bandit better, though. Some people say the Hoof might be better. I'll take the Bandit. Okay. And here we have a Stranger. And a bunch of cards we don't really want. This is, you can play Power from your Void, from your discard. But you need a very special kind of deck to even get power cards into your discard to begin with. let alone to want to play a card just to get them back. Everything else, not really good. This is 6 mana. It doesn't even kill a unit. It just turns it into a 2/2. I mean, it probably kills a unit, but it's not a guarantee. And this Ice Bow, this can work with a Spark-based deck. We can deal damage directly to the enemy player, but it's really better for like an Infiltrate. I'm gonna take the Stranger. Maybe we splash in the Viper. Maybe not. Out of all these cards, really the only good ones are this Bandit or this Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter, it's not too bad, it's just kind of vanilla. I'd rather have the Bandit, I think. Here we have a shiny card we're not going to play. Nice little pig. We also have this Outlands Brute. This is just got Charge and Warp, and if you remove it, if the enemy removes it, it deals 2 damage to them. It's not amazing, but we do have this Armorer, which I don't really think we like it enough to play the Armorer. Probably not. Maybe the Brute. It does have Warp, makes it a little bit nicer. Sometimes you get to draw it from the top of your deck and play it right away. Here, Cabal Rogue is not too bad. It is unblockable. It's rather expensive, though. Pummel is just a trick. We'll take that. And I talked about these before. We'll take the Granite Ring. Gets us Overwhelm and some additional power to finish out a game. Talon Dive only affects flying units, and it looks like we're not going to have that many flying units. So this is going to be more useless than usual. But we're not going to play the Burning Glaive either, so I'll take the Talon Dive and just not play it. And finally we have a Reforge. This can be very cool if we can get some weapons, but almost certainly it's not going to see play. We'd need a lot of weapons for this to have a good chance of hitting something successfully. Okay, so Torrent of Spiders is pretty neat, but it's probably not going to get played either. We just get a spider for every 3 units in our void, plus 1. So sometimes this is just 2 spiders. If we're lucky, it's like 3 spiders. It's, yeah, not amazing. Lumen Shepherd is kind of cool, because it plays a 1/1 Wisp when we draw it, so sometimes we start the game with a Wisp. This is pretty good too. It's just a... Sometimes it's a mana, sometimes it's a 3/3 lifesteal. Quartermaster can be okay, but only if we have weapons. We currently don't have any. We've got some Strangers. We don't have that many 2-drops yet, so we can still consider Strangers. And we have Serpent Trainer. Personally, I like Serpent Trainer. Especially for first pick, taking a Stranger. It's not that exciting. Probably not playing Reforge. Okay, we get kind of lucky here. This is a legendary 3/3 double damage, and this turn all of our creatures get double damage. So that's a great finisher. We also have Cobalt Monument. This is a 4/4 flyer. This is one of the better monuments. It's also a land. But we're going to take the Shogun of the Waste. Yeah, so I'm not convinced about this Sand Viper. Fairly convinced by blue and red at this point. Maybe not these Audacious Bandits. I like Serpent Trainer a bit better. But, you know, we'll see. Silver Wing Avenger is very good. Warband Chieftain is very good. We could always take one of those. I don't think it's really worth splashing for necessarily. We do have a lot of 4-drops though. I'll take the Serpent Trainer. Here we have a Determined Stranger. That's actually kind of exciting. That makes that a little bit better. Lightning Strike is premium removal for blue. And Granite Acolyte, that gives us an Iron Sword. We can maybe reforge that Iron Sword into something. Green cards are actually pretty good here. The Elder's Feather's not too bad. But we're going to take Lightning Strike. We're going to try staying color for now. Ageless Mentor is actually kind of a bomb. Normally I'd want to take the Sky Snapper. Wind Shaper, it's a bit too early. We have a lot of 4s, and we only really have these 2 flyers. We don't want to crowd them out. Sky Snapper is nice, though. We don't really necessarily want to play Granite Ring. Sky Snapper's worked pretty well for us, but this Ageless Mentor, sometimes, especially we have a lot of 4-drops, this can just be huge. That's worth splashing for. This Ephemeral Wisp is probably not worth it. When it dies, every time we play a power, we play it from our graveyard. That's, it's interesting. It's cool, but our deck, you know, for 2 mana, all it does is block a bunch. I might even take a Backlash here, or Grenadin Drone. Probably take Grenadin Drone. Sometimes this is just a little bit extra early damage, some late game blockers. This is not great. We have this Recogulator, which isn't really what we want in Skycrag. Pyroadept is a little bit better. It's just a little bit big. It's not amazing because it's only got 1 HP, but I'll take that. Okay. I don't think it's really worth splashing these white cards. Predator's Instinct sometimes good. Bold Adventurer is okay, but you know, we don't want too much splash. And this is a Monument that's a 4/1 charge. We'll take that one. Sometimes that's going to be like a, I don't know, a 6/3 charge because of our Ageless Mentor, maybe. Most of the time it's probably just a land. Tower Top Patrol I like better than the Hellfire Rifle. It is 4 though. Don't want to get too deep into 4. We're going to take it anyway. Twinning Ritual is very cool. This gives us a copy of a unit in our hand at +1/+1. I like it. And here, instead of the Dustuff Brawler, we're going to take the Flyer, 1/3. It's not too bad. You know, maybe we don't play the Tower Top Patrol after all. We have a lot of 4-drops. Okay. Pack 3. This is the same player choosing before us as the first pack. Some okay green cards, some okay blue cards. Not, well, I mean, Snowcrest Yeti's okay. We have the Shiv. We have this Archaeologist, which, unfortunately, normally that'd help with our splash, except for this is our splash color. So playing it to play itself seems a little redundant. Might just take the Stranger and call it good. I think it's better than the Shiv. Not sure if it's better than the Yeti. Might be good to get the Yeti for some early aggression. I'll take the Stranger. Yeah, cool. Clan Hero, Hip Shot. Those are both good. Journeyman Armor is okay. Again, we don't want to splash too much. We also have Skywalk Instructor, which can make some of our units flying, especially our 4-drops. That could be very cool. Or we have Amber Ring, if we want to delay the game. But I think given this, we're actually going to take Clan Hero, because we're short on 3. We don't want to get too high. I like Cupral Cudgel. I also like Pummel. Might take the Pummel. It's either Pummel or Skywalk Instructor. I'm gonna take the Instructor. Okay, here we have a banner just for some splashing make it a little bit easier. We have this Cannon Bearer. Probably cut some of these 4-drops. But we could play Cannon Bearer. It's pretty big. Could also play Noble Fire Main. I don't really like that idea. But we could. And take Cannon Bearer. It usually works out better than I think it does. Here we have a Skycrag Stranger, which is nice. This just draws us lands. I don't really like that. This Hatchling works pretty well in this kind of deck. It's just 1 mana, gets in for 1 damage for quite a while. And that can play into our clan hero sometimes. But I'm going to take the Stranger. Stone Scar Excavator. We can discard a power card to deal 1 damage for each power card. Yeah, I think that's a trick. I think you're pretty much never going to get much value out of this. But who knows, maybe somebody will do it and prove me wrong. I think, given this lineup, take the Hatchling. We already have too many 4 cost. Dragon Breath is great removal here. I think it's better than a second Outlands Brute, which we're not even necessarily going to play. Okay. I think the only cards in our color are the Sandglass Sentinel, if we want to get something big, which we... This is not a great example for big 7-cost card. We could have an 8/8 instead of this 4/6 that's sometimes an 8/6. Yeah. Or we can get Gun Down. It's going to be Gun Down. Forge Wolf is bad, Duskblind is bad, Grenade is bad. Caleb's Choice is sometimes okay. Cool, and Blank Wolf is not terrible, but we're going to take Purify, which is removal. Finally, we get this Topaz Drake. This is this was buffed at some point. It's now playable. 7 mana, deal 5 damage in the air charge. That can sometimes win a game. Okay, and this is the final pack. Steward of the Past, nice card, but it's not really in our colors. I think we're pretty much committed to Skycrag. We got a Seek Power or a Wisdom of the Elders. Those are really the only 2 options here. Only Quartermaster maybe, but we don't have any weapons. We don't even have the Granite Acolyte to give the Iron Sword. Okay, I guess Clan Hero, he gets a sword. That's the only weapon we have. So I think instead of Wisdom of the Elders, I'm going to take Seek Power. I tend to get too greedy with splashing, so that'll help. We're getting... This is pretty good. We have a Jotun Hurler, just a great card, and a Stone Scar Maul, which is another great card. I'm going to keep it real with this Hurler, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Cool, we have this Cobalt Acolyte to give something flying. We like that. So turn 3 I can maybe give my Pyroadept flying. I could also get a Sky Snapper. I think nothing else is really an option, it's just one of those 2. So I'll take the Acolyte. This is kind of surprising that this is not taken yet. This is pretty much a bomb for decks that have this. But I guess the 3 players before us are not these colors, because, wow, they're all open. Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze is pretty good. I kind of like that, especially in an aggressive deck like what we're probably trying to do here. I guess we have all the Wisdom of Elders we ever want. We have a Scorpion Wasp. This is like a Sand Viper, but it's got Ambush and Flying, so it can surprise kill something. I think that's worth it. Especially surprise killing a flyer. Or something that's big. or sometimes just a 1/1 in the air to finish off the game. Also have Forsworn Stranger. So we're probably playing at least some amount of 3-color. That's probably just 3/3 most of the time. Sometimes it's going to be maybe a 4/4 if we play the Horror Stranger. On the alternate, we can just play Levitate. I like Levitate. False Prince. Huh. That can be pretty cool. Sometimes it gets owned, but if they don't have an effect, it's just a 5/5 Overwhelm. It's not too bad. But it does require this double white. I don't think we're really going to have double white to spare. And unfortunately, our 4 drops are also really full, but I mean, this is not a bad 4 drop. It's just maybe not one we want to play. Yeah, let's I'm gonna take the Vorlunk. Maybe I'll change my mind. Take Herald Song. Here, Dispel. Silence, draw card. So it's pretty lightweight. Sauropod Wrangler, even though we're not going to play it. Rally, maybe, for a finisher. Okay, this is actually a fairly good deck. We have a bit too much splash. So I'm going to cut some of that right away. Yeah. It's Caleb's choice. Negate a spell or a attachment. Yeah, we'll definitely still play that. This Pirate Debt might not get played. We have one cut Herald Song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 2-drops, that's fine. I think we can cut the Hatchling. Granite Endurance at least 2 damage a turn. Ageless Mentor is good. I think we still cut the Vorlunk. Maybe even the Brute as well. Effective as charge is probably not relevant. Not as much as the Bandit. Also don't like Guerrilla Fighter here. It does exhaust a unit, but it doesn't get to Warcry the turn it does that. Maybe something like this. Wow, we have we have a lot of cards still in this deck. We're at 37. I'm gonna have to way cut down. My 3-cost cards, cut Granite Ring, cut Rally. Cut the Warrior. Might cut Topaz Drake. Yeah, let's just cut that. I like Shogun of the Waste, so like, I think we're going for some sort of aggressive deck here. Maybe Twinning Ritual doesn't make it. Maybe it does. I don't know. Okay, so we're at like 33, 32 if you count Seek Power as a land. So we've got 4 cards. It's probably going to be our 1 and 2 drops. Maybe Caleb's choice. Yeah, because that's an enemy spell with a single faction. Doesn't even counter dual spell cards. Can kill attachments, like equipment. That can sometimes be good. But it probably is not going to make the difference we want it to make. Okay. So now we're at Got 3 more cards. Yeah, could be Twinning Ritual. Though, I mean, I don't know. Copying our Shogun of the Wastes could be a lot of fun. Might cut Gun down. We don't have a lot of straight removal, but I don't think we really want to be getting up to 5 too much. We want to rely on big creatures. Might even get rid of Dispel. Just silences a unit and draws a card. I mean, that's sometimes okay. Or we could just block with a Wasp. If there's a scary unit. Okay, so that puts us at like 29. Let's cut the Twinning Ritual. 28. Okay. And I tend to go a little bit light on land. The heck is the balance here? Okay, so we have like 3 time, 4 time sources. Should be fine. Fire sources are 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, unfortunately this does not play the Grenadine Drone on the first turn. That'd be fine. This is also fine. Stranger, Pirate Adept. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go into game 1.